Yeah.
Okay, look, I've got to make this quick. We've only got 10 minutes, Evan. You've got to get dressed now. We've got to get
Yep.
ready. So this is going to be a very quick promo. We'll do the conference first, and this time round, the theme we're looking at relates to skulls and beings. And we've done an article recently on the fact there's now about 14 different hominids around the world. This time round, we're going to do just Australia. Yeah, and we're going to focus on quite a few, some of the ones that people don't know exist here, to make the out of Africa theory ridiculous, particularly the little people. And most people probably shrug and think, oh, what are you talking about? But don't forget they found Homo florensis 2 islands away in Indonesia. Well, there's photographs of little people standing next to Joseph Birdsall in 1938, and there was 150 of them. And the tallest was 3 foot tall, just like the Flores ones. But there are even smaller ones, smaller little people in Australia. And we're going to talk about that. And we're going to be talking about different types of beings that were here, including a robust group. And what's fascinating about that is there was a massive burial site found of just robust original people, which is a really tricky thing because they were found in Lake Mungo 50,000 years ago. And 5,000 years before, gracile Africans were supposed to come here. And the one who found Lake Mungo had a 20 mil skull, whereas we have 6. And how you could get that difference in 5,000 years since one person came here is impossible. But what's interesting with the Lake Mungo, the Lake Cow Swamp robust beings, very sophisticated, many different funeral arrangements, was that the 22 skulls, which were supposed to be studied and analysed to find out how it all fitted in and what it meant, were all lost. Think about that for a second. In fact, Chris Stringer, one of the greatest archaeologists around at the moment, calls it the greatest archaeological crime of the 20th century is what happened to Cow Swamp. So when it comes to the no foreign people we're trying to push at the moment, the government won't let in, you're going to find this is a story about basically lies about original people and our history in the past. And we're going to talk about 9 different beings found in Australia, most of which, according to mainstream, it's 1. Well, something's wrong there. And of course, it ends up with the no foreign people. And we're going to look at the Caracas people. Sanya's doing that. And she held the skulls, and we're going to talk about another alien race. And then with Leah, I'm going to be asking her about the different questions about these alien races that are here and that were found here. So this is a coherent story about skulls, in particular the alien skulls, and then we're going to try and delve into who they are, why they're there. It follows on from stuff we've done before. And that's going to be on this Sunday. And of course, we're finding it very difficult because of the fact that, for reasons we won't get into, we tell people about this, but they never get the information. It just never gets there. So we've been finding that nearly everyone we were in contact doesn't get any knowledge of what we're doing with these conferences anymore. Go figure. I wonder what that means. So if you guys could share this around, because we can't share anything, and let people know about this, we'd appreciate it. So if you could pass it on, that would be great. Now, the other thing we're doing is I've just finished an article, and I'm going to introduce that second. I haven't got much time. And I'm basically doing the top 10 rocks. Now, most people haven't seen, we haven't done much with them recently. In the little time I've got left, I'm just going to hold a couple of these up. And as I hold them up, I want you to have a look at them as I turn them around, each of them. Here's the first one. That was found 1.5 meters beneath the surface, about 10,000 years old, in the Seoul sandstone country. Here's another one here. It's got the figure A marked on one side. Then when you go around to this, different markings, and it's held around here. This is a woman's rock. Here's the third one we're going to talk about. And now what you're going to notice with these rocks is the amazing straight geometry, and that it's cut into rocks with blades. Now these rocks are tens of thousands of years old, and all original. There's no issue with that. And on the back you've got different markings here again, On this side, you've got 7, 2 main ones, and 5 go across horizontally. Then lots of cuts on top. And this one here has got this amazing inset that was put into this rock 10,000 years ago and is still there. It's got angles that are actually a language. All this stuff is going on, and this is in the article we're writing about. I really can't do it justice. It's one of those things where it's a boring article about rocks. I'm aware of that. But to fully understand what these rocks are about and work out why, the Smithsonian Institute in America, who knows about these rocks, said they're unique in the world, and they did offer a place for these rocks with them. They'd like to store it there forever, and we graciously declined. If you read this article, and it is a tricky one because you've got to read about rocks, you're going to find some amazing stories about these rocks that show a technology that was made in making them and cutting them and melting the coat on top, because they all have a coat, and marking different languages on here. There's dot languages, a Morse code sort of language, fine cuts on the other side, all these things, and letters. All these things got a completely different story about the original people. So by all means, if you can, ladies and gentlemen, because I know I've only got 10 minutes today, join us in our online conference. And if you can, pass it on to others that it's on, because most people don't know about it anymore. It just went off the radar at the end of last year after that ceremony, which was successful. And that's what all these articles are about, and this is what this conference is about. So come and join us soon, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll say goodbye for now. Next time I have a bit more time to rave and talk and sort of talk about stuff I shouldn't.